Hi, my name is Olivia Jansen, and I'm going to be reporting on Ian Graber-Steele's "The New Law would help bees but could leave other pollinators out in the cold." This was published in 2019. I'd like to just start off by saying there's a few points that I'd like you guys to think about throughout this presentation, and I will reiterate them at the end. The Save America's Pollinators Act, the USDA, BIP, parasitic insects, and how pesticides affect the pollinators. So, to begin, Ian Graber-Steele reports on the threats to honeybees and their fellow pollinators. This summary will explain how the pollinator population, specifically honeybees, are in great danger for many years. There have been some proposed bills making their way up to legislation. Some believe that the honeybee population has recovered. However, parasites and pesticides are still harming the pollinators. There are many important topics to reflect upon, including the Save America's Pollinators Act, the USDA, BIP, parasitic insects, and how pesticides affect the pollinators. Beginning in 2006, there have been a rapid decline of bee populations worldwide. Many bills have been proposed and denied by legislation. However, a recent bill has resurfaced into the headlines: the Save America's Pollinators Act. Unfortunately, it had never been voted on. It originally wanted to shed light on the rapid disappearance of honeybee population in the United States. The Save America's Pollinators Act, now joining in alliance with the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the Environmental Protection Agency, and the Department of Interior, to study and to attempt to save the wild bee populations. They also want to review the EPA's pesticide restrictions and their effect on the environment. This bill, although unlikely to pass, will hopefully draw enough attention to make its way to the House of Representatives to be voted on. With this new research developing, scientists will hopefully gain a better understanding of such species. However, other pollinators, such as moths, butterflies, beetles, flies, and wasps, and bats, are not being disclosed in the bill. The U.S. Department of Agriculture assumes that 1.5 million hives have been destroyed within January 2017 to January 2018. Bee Informed Partnership, BIP, exclaims that the most dangerous time of year for honeybees is during the winter. However, due to parasites and pesticides, bees are dying throughout the year at a constant rate. The parasites that target honeybees typically do not target any other pollinator. The parasitic varroa mites, which are noted as the honeybee's greatest enemy, is one of the most notorious predators to the hive. However, the varroa mites do not target wild or mason bees. The main issue the Save America Pollinators Act wants to address is the use of pesticides. The specific pesticide they want to address is called neonicotinoid. This pesticide attacks and deforms the honeybee's immune system, which causes deformed wings and nosema, which is a honeybee fungus. Since honeybees live in large hives, they are more susceptible to contracting a virus on a larger scale. The honeybees in their hive share essentially one stomach where they can store their nectar and their pollen. The nectar can help prevent the spread of viruses. However, other bees, such as bumblebees, have smaller hives in which they store their nectar. However, they are underground nests where pesticides can reside for months or even up to years. The Save the America Pollinators Act would help collect data on the honeybee population's health on a larger scale. If passed, the bill would like to grow into researching and save other pollinator species such as native bees. Bees are known for returning home to their hive. Therefore, each hive can be tested for pesticide exposure. However, other pollinators such as moths, butterflies, wasps, flies, and beetles typically do not return home, which makes testing for pesticides more difficult. Therefore, the effect of neonicotinoids on these species are limited. Some believe that this bill will not fix anything, and humans are likely to focus on problems that can be immediately solved. However, the Save the America's Pollinators Act and scientists want to combat the largest threats to the bee population. And that's my summary on Ian Graber-Steele's "The New Law would help bees but could leave other pollinators out in the cold." I'd like to reiterate the most important key points which were on the screen, which is the Save the America Pollinators Act, the USDA, BIP, parasitic insects, and how the pesticides affect the pollinators. Thank you for watching.